ticket.
Double wedgie achievement unlocked.
Dang, Skippy! Where are my manners? Introductions! Call me Deadpool.
How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Rouse back with another video. So today we are diving back into Marvel Legends with another Maximum figure. The newest one, obviously, Maximum Deadpool. But I had an issue before I even got out of the box. He had a paint mark across his face. I fixed it. Regardless where I got it from, they're sending me a replacement because it shouldn't have been that way, especially not for $50. I had to heat him up because he was really stiff and the plastic doesn't feel as good as the Maximum. It's still a fun figure. But yeah, with all that being said, let's just get into the full review. I'm already talking about it.
I'm the best that there is at what I do. Cool. Moving on!
Well, I was going to leave him in the box and just film this video right away, but my Deadpool had a paint defect, so I had to get him out and clean that off. I fixed it, but you know, it shouldn't happen, and the people that sent it to me are taking care of it, so that's good. I'm glad that they will be fixing that. It's not their problem, but you know, that's just what a good company would do. So taking a look at the front of the box, it says Marvel Legends and it says Maximum Series Deadpool, and based on my experience so far, is he really Maximum? I don't know. We've got a shot of Deadpool and Dupe on this side. It looks like a render, but it could be photography. Then essentially we've got some splash page art on the back with the figure and Dupe, Maximum Series Deadpool, Marvel Legends, and a big Deadpool who's breaking the fourth wall on that Maximum, so that's kind of cool. On this side we get an open window, but we also get another shot of the figure with some hearts because Deadpool's a loving guy. Top of the box, bottom of the box, and with all that being said, Hasbro is going to continue to Hasbro, I guess, like $50 Maximum Series, and he had a giant paint smear on his face. Like, really, Hasbro? Really?
Dude, that is just not cool.
Really quickly, I just wanted to point out, this is everything that the SDCC 2-set comes with as far as accessories for Deadpool. So there's a lot of stuff there, and then you include Bob's stuff. She's also got the briefcase and the other weapon. And is it really a Maximum Deadpool? Or is it just Hasbro being Hasbro? I don't know, y'all. This Maximum Deadpool seems like the least Maximum Series figure to me. Just obviously we had the paint defect when I got him out of the box. And then you get him out of the plastic and he just feels... Maximum Spider-Man has this really nice plastic feeling in your hand. Like it feels sturdy. The joints feel sturdy. You can not worry about articulating him. Deadpool, I had to heat him up. The plastic feels like not as good. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it's all new sculpt, all new articulation scheme for Deadpool. We've got, you know, bicep cuts, the upper ball peg, the ab crunch down below. We've got toe articulation. We do have Deadpool's butt right there, which is very nice. And you know, the details are all there. It's that more modern suit with the straps and buckles, as opposed to the more plain bodysuit with the black and the reds. All those paint apps are great. We got the sculpted on boots with the shin guards and all that stuff in the arm guards as well, which are in black instead of red. So like all the details are there. I'm glad that they put the kind of sock look on the back of his mask. But that being said, like just getting him out of the box, the accessories that he comes with, because we got a lot of reuse here, and it's even reuse from some other lines, I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I think there's some G.I. Joe classified stuff in here, like one of the weapons. And of course we get Dupe. Dupe is awesome. I got no complaints about Dupe. I think the paint looks great. He's got articulation at the arms, and that's about it. Sorry, I said he, but Dupe is a they. So they have articulation at the arms, and they've got a nice different shades of green in there. We got some speckles and shading and all that stuff. And of course, they got those yellow and brown eyes, which look nice, painted nicely. And his teeth, he's got that grimace. And he's got the X on his chest for... What team was he part of? Was he part of X-Force? I'm not sure. But, you know, of course, the main reason to buy this is for Deadpool, and he just feels kind of lackluster. And we get old swords, which are not, I'm not going to call them katana because they're too short. They're wakizashi. And then we get that old, super old baby knife. And then we get the old, super old pistols, which they didn't even bother to add paint to. And it's just like, come on, Hasbro. This is supposed to be maximum and you're just reusing so much stuff. Yeah, you sculpted a new figure. Good job, but you gave us mostly reuse on the weapons. All the hands are the hands that we get in the SDCC 2-pack, so those aren't new. And then we get a stick of dynamite and a chimichanga. I'll show all the accessories, but I'm just talking about them. So there's like not, it's a mixed bag, really. The Hulk I got for $5, and while he has a bunch of reuse, I paid $5 cash for him. I had a gift card, much like I get every 6 months, and I didn't have to pay for that. So I paid shipping and tax, and I still enjoy playing with that figure. Mine hasn't degraded at all, but that's because I don't pose him all crazy and leave him that way. But I mean, there's a little bit of scuffing on him. I'm holding him in my hands right now. But this is just not maximum to me. Like $50, 40, sure, 35 definitely, but 50 Hasbro, and then you got paint defects on top of it. And I've seen people's Deadpools breaking at the bicep, and I understand that because the bicep swivel is like, it feels like the peg is too long, or they didn't do the cut right to make it sit flush. So it just feels like if you bend it on accident the wrong way, it's gonna break. So I don't know, man. It's definitely the best articulated Deadpool that we've had from Marvel Legends. Well, the Renew Your Vows is really good articulation too. I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. You can see I've been ranting for 4 minutes about this, so I think I'll stop here. Chimichangas. Taking a look at their height, Deadpool is, wow, he's just under 6.5, right? Or he could be 6.5 inches. Dupe on his stand stands at 4.5, but by himself, he's like 1.5 inches, right? Right. Sorry, I say he, but I mean they. Checking out Dupe's articulation first, we just have a hinge and socket swivel for the arms, so they can act like they're gonna punch somebody, go all the way around, and that is really it. But that's, you know, Dupe, that's fine. I think that's more than the Toy Biz gave us. All right, now for the main attraction as far as articulation. I'm not saying this is going to be a fantastic figure, but the articulation is good. Head goes forward, backward, not that much actually, side to side. The neck and the head are separate pieces, so that's a nice addition. Shoulders come up 90 degrees. We get butterfly joints that go forward and backward. I think they're blocked by this a little bit. You see what I mean about that bicep? How it's just kind of like jutting out. Like it's too big for that arm. But we do get a bicep swivel. Pinless double elbows, which work well. Torso articulation, he goes forward and backward that much without the ab crunch. With the ab crunch, forward that much, backward that much. No drop down hips, so that's a step backward. Leg comes forward, to the side, thigh cut, butt kicking action with those pinless double knees. We get a boot cut, we get rockers, and we get toe hinges. And then of course the old pagan swivel for the wrist. So of course he's the best articulated. Well, Renew Your Vows has drop down hips and toe articulation. So the only thing that's better is the neck, and that's ever so slightly. So, you know, it's one of those things, y'all. Does he look great? Absolutely. He looks fantastic, but it's all the other factors that are leading me to be kind of underwhelmed with them calling this a maximum figure, but it is what it is, I guess, right? Right? Yeah.
Who wants snacks? You do!
First of all, for accessories, I'm not going to bother taking them out because we've seen them before. We get a bunch of hands. We get the pointing hands, the thumb hands, we get fists, we get katana, well, wakizashi holding hands, and then we get trigger finger hands. And then we get these blast effects that we've had so many times from so many different figures. So those are some of the smaller things. Speaking of smaller things, we also get this stick of dynamite, which is nicely labeled so everyone knows it's dynamite. And it's got the fuse, and the fuse is lit, so that's kind of cool. Then we also have, which it's actually got writing on it. I think this is queso taqueria, but it's a chimichanga. Well, I can't really make out what it says. Well, but it's a very tiny chimichanga, very tiny 1/12 chimichanga. Well, Marvel Legends 1/12. And I like it. It's good details, but it's just, you know, it's fluff. It is fluff. Now, everything that's on his body currently is reuse. These wakizashi right here, reuse. It's the third time seeing them with Deadpool. These Desert Eagles, whoa, reuse. Now, to be fair, the plastic is a little bit sturdier than general, so that's nice, but they're just so plain. There's nothing special about them. And then the last and most egregious offender is this frickin' baby knife that we've seen a billion jillion times. But they all slot in there nicely, so mostly he's probably going to be posed with those holstered and put away. And I also have katanas that I made, that I painted to look better. Like, these are the normal Marvel Legends katanas, but I painted the handles and I painted the blades to be more silver. And there's no silver paint on his weapons either, which is kind of a sham for a Maximum. You could have made them shiny, but I painted the handles on those. They look kind of nice. But those will stick with my SDCC Deadpool, I think, because he's going to go on my X-Men shelf now. And then the retro card I'm going to get rid of, so I won't have that one anymore. Next up, we get a new half-mast head sculpt. This is the new one right here, and then this is the old one that we got with the SDCC set. So there are differences. The nose isn't showing. This one's a little bit more gruesome with his teeth kind of jutting out of his mouth, like his skin is shriveled up, but there's no like extra damage painted. Like, you see how we've got this darker flesh tone under there, like his skin has been rotting off or just constantly being torn and healed. Yeah, they didn't add that, but I do like that both head sculpts have the line and little sock thing on the back, because the STC set, it didn't match. Like, the head that he came with was completely smooth. So there are some differences there. And then the last thing that we get, last three things that we get, are these weapons. So we get this big old machine gun, which I do believe is from G.I. Joe. Like I said, if I'm wrong, correct me, let me know. But they didn't even paint the bullets that go in there. They just cast this in green and didn't paint the ammunition, which they could have done. You know, they could have done it. At least this port's in there, that Marvel Legends weapon effect. We get an AK-47 with a wraparound there, which is kind of painted, kind of not. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be like worn leather, so they just left a lot of it brown. It is nice to get an AK-47. I don't think I have an AK-47 in my collection, so now I do. That's pretty nice. I know it's an AK. And then we get this big old fancy big gun. Paint apps are nice. It also has a port for those, because they gave us 3 separate, which is cool that they gave us one for each weapon instead of just one to share. So that's nice, but it's still reused. This is new. I haven't seen this anywhere. If that's not new, let me know, but I believe it is. And that concludes the accessory segment for our Deadpool and dupe. First up, for scale and comparison, here is some Maximum comparison with Maximum Deadpool, Maximum Spider-Man, and Maximum Hulk. Of course, Spidey is the shortest, Deadpool is next, and then Hulk is the biggest, and then there's dupe. They are just floating in front because dupe is cool like that. Next up, here is Maximum Deadpool with STCC Renew Your Vows Deadpool and the retro card, older, re-released, reissued Deadpool, which I'm gonna get rid of because there's no place for him on my shelf anymore. He's not in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, so I don't need him. Here they are with Bob and She-Hulk. She-Hulk is the one that was breaking fourth walls before Deadpool, so put some respect on her name. Now they can break the fourth wall together, but She-Hulk did it first. Here they are with some Black Series with our Anakin and Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith, which are great figures. I love them a lot. And then lastly, here is the Lightning Collection Green Ranger and Jada Toys Shaggy Rogers.
Guys? I can't believe it. I'm alive! I'm alive!
So with all that being said, y'all, is this the best Marvel Legends Deadpool figure that we've gotten? Probably. Is it maximum? Maybe not. We get duped though. They're cool. And in all seriousness, I do like the figure. It's had its issues. It got to me with an issue that I had to fix, and that's never a good sign for a $50 figure. But the person I got it, the people I got it from are making it right, so shout out to them. But yeah, I do like the figure. He is fun to play with. I already had pictures in my head planned for this, and I'm going to do them. They're going to be all memes centered, so please stick around for my photography. I don't know if everyone knows this or if anyone knows this, but I do post photos at the end. They're not the greatest, but I would appreciate if y'all, you know, stuck around to the end. Check that out. But if you like this video, go ahead and smash like, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're new here, welcome. You can become a channel member for 99 cents for early videos like this one. Comment, let me know what you think. If you feel like he's maximum or not, just let me know how your day is going and say, hey. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ community. If you're protesting, be safe. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Rouse video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it. It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think they saw some videos and there's some really good content out there, you know?
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.